Hello everyone, it's Joe here. Just want to start off by saying welcome to the channel. What this channel is still to be determined. It is going to be a mix of family recipes I cook every day, some big batch cooking, some traditions I've done throughout the years with my family, and also just things I want to learn about, and hopefully take you along the journey and hope you enjoy. For our first episode here today, we're going to be doing a big batch series for tomato sauce, and this is something I've done every year with my family in the garage, patented Italian style, and I do hope you enjoy. This is just to make the passata for the actual tomato sauce. This is the sauce before the sauce, as I would call it. So I'm going to do a step-by-step of how this is all done in our garage, in our family, and I do hope you enjoy. So let's jump right into it. What up everyone? Welcome to the first episode again. First episode I'm showing you the garage already. So as you can see here, we have all of our tomatoes laid out. Usually it's great to lay these out a couple days prior. We used to do it on the ground with just like a drop cloth or whatever it is, but this seemed like the best route with the tables and stuff, just so we don't have to lean and break our backs picking up tomatoes. But we do this a few days ahead of time. These are Roma tomatoes. Usually like they're in season at end of August to early September, which is now. So it's a great time to be doing tomatoes from our side of things. We do lay them out ahead of time, so we do get some extra ripening and stuff like that. But yeah, other than that, see you Saturday. Beautiful morning here. About to cook some tomatoes. Fiance in the back. Parents are going. Look at this.
Hey, Jojo.
Let's go.
Let's go.
4 bushels. It's beautiful. Beautiful sight this morning.
Yeah, beautiful.
Let's get after it. And we're off. These tomatoes are pretty much fresh from the farm, so we're going to do a double clean on these tomatoes. My dad's doing the first clean here, and then we're going to do a little bit more thorough clean with my mom here, as you can see by the 2-barrel system. After that, we're going to be moving into the cutting of these tomatoes. This is probably the most tedious part of the process, but it is needed. So as you can see, I'm just kind of halving the tomatoes. I'm not coring the tomatoes. I'm just kind of taking any bite marks or any kind of holes in the tomatoes or any mold or whatever it is. I'm just kind of cleaning them up a little bit and just halving them so that they can cook down a little bit easier. This works well with any paring knife, any small knife, any sharp knife. We got the 90-year-old Italian knives straight from Italy, from my grandmother's house. So we're going to be using a lot of buckets through this whole process. So I'm going to be carrying this bucket over to the cooking down of the tomatoes, which my dad's already started here. And we basically just fill up these big pots and we cook them down for about 20 minutes just to soften them up a bit before we run them through the tomato squeezer. We're also using this really cool contraption, or is the proper term for it. It's called a scolapasta, and it's basically what you would use for, draining a big pot of pasta. I don't know where they would sell these anymore. This is from my grandmother from, 60 years ago, so it is a very useful tool. Once we cook down these tomatoes a bit, we're going to run them through this large strainer. We don't want all of the water coming with us, but we will cook down this tomato water to a lighter tomato sauce later tonight. After letting the cooked tomatoes drain for a little bit, we'll be moving them over to the tomato machine. The Tomato Machine 6000. Actually, not the name. This is a tomato squeezer, and it really is an essential component to making this process move as quickly as it does. I will leave a link to where to find this exact machine. There are also non-electric versions of this, but they do involve some sort of hand crank, and they work on the gung show more than anything. If you are doing this in a small batch form as well, or indoors with less tomatoes, I would highly recommend using a food mill. It does offer the same kind of end result, but it is just a bit more manual. All of these tomato skins are coming out to the right here and making these beautiful tomato fruit roll-ups available at a local Italian grocery near you, hopefully one day. So right now we're going to run the skins again. So my dad's going to take the bucket, then we're going to run them through again for another lap. Beautiful Red Sea that we are creating. And we just continue to monitor it here. It's kind of, you can see how much it's reducing on the sides there. It's coming down a couple inches. And we cook it down to about a quarter. The consistency is getting better. We don't want to complete the sauce here again. This is just kind of cooking it down a little bit more, so when we do want to get this ready for pasta, it's not a longer cooking process. Now for the holy walk, the red tomato walk. Da, 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 da. Something about that just feels so majestic, like, you know, we're carrying a baby into the wild. Or, that doesn't make sense. We're carrying a baby into his crib, his or her crib. Or we're like carrying a baby back from like the hospital. Yeah, something like that. Anyways. We lay out all of our jars ahead of time so we can assembly line the heck out of this process. We start by grabbing a jar and placing the funnel over the jar, where we then take a pot and pour in this sizzling sauce. When it is still hot, we put a couple of pieces of fresh basil and tighten as tight as we can. We then do a second tighten because, you know, I'm the strongest, and place our jars on their heads. This produces a seal because the heat of the sauce coming in contact with the lid, causing the sealing component to soften and then seal as the jars cool down. Thank you for watching. If you're still here, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. I have more delicious recipes coming up in the next couple months. I do plan to post a little bit more regularly in the next couple months as well, so please stay tuned. Thank you, everyone. Stay full. Ciao.